Okay. Roll call?
I'd like to call order the April 8th, 2008 meeting of the Glendale Housing Authority being called to order at 3:11 p.m. May we have a roll call?
Authority members Draymond?
Here.
Mincy?
Here.
Najarian?
Here.
Brazian?
Here.
Quintero?
Here.
Yusefian?
Here.
Chairman Weaver.
Here. May we have your report?
The agenda for the April 8th, 2008 regular meeting of the Glendale Housing Authority was posted on Thursday, April 3, 2008 on the bulletin board outside City Hall.
Thank you. Next, please.
Next is approval of minutes. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Minutes stand approved as submitted. Next,
There's
please.
one exception.
Wait,
Yes, there is. I will abstain, actually.
with one abstention, they're approved. Next, please.
5 is oral communication. Discussion is limited to items not a part of this agenda. Each speaker is allowed 5 minutes. Members of the Housing Authority may question or respond to a speaker, but there will be no debate or decision. The matter may be referred by the Executive Director to the appropriate, to staff for an investigation and a report.
I have one card. Herbert Milano.
Good afternoon, members of the Housing Authority, city staff. My name is Herbert Molano. The Community Development and Housing is the agency in charge of at least preparing the quality of life measures for the city of Glendale. At least it has been in the past. And I've read with some interest the presentation of Mayor Najarian with regard to the state of the city, calling it a premier city. I guess that if I were making such a presentation, I would start with the following words. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. But of course, it's not an issue between London and Paris. It's an issue of two cities, Glendale south of the 134 freeway and Glendale north of the 134 freeway. South of the 134 freeway, our parkland is 10 times less than it is north of the 134 for an equivalent amount of population. Our high school dropouts are 3 times greater than north of the 134. Our traffic has had significant reductions in traffic speed. Our poverty and income levels are well below 30%. Poverty levels are at about 30% or greater south of the 134 freeway. 50% and more of the free and subsidized meals at Glendale High School are provided. Over 50% of those students taking meals at Glendale High School are either free or subsidized. And I think that week after week, when we come here to the Housing Authority, the City Council has no agenda items, oftentimes on the social issues. There is something pending with regard to some type of development, but when it comes to the social issues of the city, there is no time. During the past year, it was very evident that there is very little interest. And it is my thinking that perhaps there isn't enough money coming into your campaigns, if I could be cynical, for you to finally take this particular issue, all of these issues. And it is my suggestion that whoever heads the Housing Authority in the future, that you at least agendize one major item on the issues that we need to face so that you can analyze the data and devise policy that is truly attuned to addressing the issues of those who are disenfranchised, those who have no direct representation as such or close representation from city councilmen. And I think that's part of our problem. We don't have councilmatic districts, and south of the 134, we are by far not represented. Not directly, because there's not within your experience to know that if you want to take your kids out to the park, that you have to drive and put yourself into a car and put your kids in a car and drive someplace for these kids to get the appropriate type of resources. Or if there are sufficient resources to address the needs of youth. You need to address that. I mean, that is one of the reasons why you're there, not just to rub elbows with developers. At some point in time, I'm sure, in your backgrounds and in your studies in high school and college, you learn some of that the social issues need to be addressed, and it is my hope that whoever takes over the reins of the Housing Authority this year, that please address the social issues of the city. Thank you.
Any more cards? What is next, please? Or communications is closed. Next, please.
Next is authority member staff comments.
Mr. Mincy.
I know we're tight for time today, but I promise not to take more than 2 minutes.
Okay.
Mr. Weaver can relax then. I just want to mention, last Saturday we had a wonderful house raising. Isn't that what it's called? for Habitat for Humanities on Kenwood with 11 families. They had a Dixieland band, and then all 11 families with their children came single file. It was a really moving experience. But I wanted to tell you what some of these people, by the way, in Habitat, you have to have good credit, you have to be employed, you have to be able to handle a mortgage. And here's what some of the people in those 11 families do. One is a city employee of Glendale. He's in the maintenance department. One is a L.A. School custodian. One is was on Section 8 and then transferred to self-sufficiency and is now does not need Section 8. One works for California Presbyterian Homes to assist, the Presbyterian Homes assist over 700 people here in Glendale. And one has a daughter that's a Glendale police cadet. I'm just pointing out that these are quality people who haven't had a chance to buy in Glendale. And Habitat and the city is allowing this to happen. It was a very positive event. Just wanted to mention it. And also, there are people that criticize things every Tuesday night. And believe me, there's some things that need to be criticized. But I would hope some of these people would attend these very positive events because there's some good things happening in Glendale. And we in the Housing Authority are working diligently on that, and I urge you to attend some of these things. I think it might give you a different perspective. Thank you.
You like Porto's Bakery?
I didn't mention.
Didn't bring that up. Okay. Any other comments?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, stand adjourned at 3:18 p.m.